Hey guys, some of you already know this, and for those who don't, I have been tested corona positive, along with mom and dad and a few other people in my family. Right now, I'm in KGMU in an isolation ward. The last 7 8 days have been really crazy, like the worst, I think, most tragic in my life. Since the first time, like on 10th, I got my first symptoms, and then dad's condition getting really bad, Tauji's condition getting seriously bad, and he passing away. And then we getting tested positive, and then being moved to KGMU. And since then, the last few days again was very critical for dad. uh, कल परसों से परसों नहीं एक्चुअली कल से डैड की तबीयत थोड़ी स्टेबलाइज हुई है एंड दैट इज़ गिवन अस अ ब्रीदर. He was moved to ICU. He's still there, but he's doing slightly better now. So I thought I'll just make this video and tell what really happened, the incidents. So yeah, actually, mom and dad went to Aligarh on 27th April in the night. 28th April early morning, my dadi passed away. So it was anticipated. She was really old. I know she did not pass away because of COVID. Um, she had her own complications, वो चल रहे थे पहले से ही डॉक्टर्स बोल चुके थे, and her passing away was very natural. So yeah, that happened on 28th morning. I came to Aligarh a week later, on third night, and all the movements have been done with due permissions, passes. So that's why I couldn't come when Dadi actually passed away, because I couldn't arrange a pass. I only got it a week later. Mom dad had arranged a pass before that, so that's why they could come earlier. And third ki raat ko I came to Aligarh, and then we were there. Uh, sixth May ko, actually that's when the first symptoms started showing in dad and Tauchi, because we got all a hair done for Dadi, and then it was outside. So we got the hair done, we took a bath in cold water outside, and then 40 degrees की गर्मी थी, and then we got in again, and घर के अंदर AC चल रहा है. So we talked to doctors also. They said probably सर्दी गर्मी, the regular flu and viral thing was there, and we got prescribed medicines accordingly. And उस दिन 6th को dad and ताऊ and then the next day मम्मा को थोड़ा सा हुआ, the next day चाचा जी को थोड़ा सा हुआ. So we started suspecting, and then 10th early morning I got slight fever around 100, I think, and took a medicine, came down, stayed low, didn't really bother. So अभी सब थोड़ा डर तो गए थे, सबको लगने लगा था, but it was still manageable. ऐसा लग नहीं रहा था कि कुछ serious होना होगा. 11th we came back to Lucknow, and on the way we got a phone call telling us that Tauji का condition बहुत serious हो गई है. He couldn't breathe, so he was moved to medical college in AMU. He was admitted there, but he was not getting any better. रात तक पापा की कंडीशन, हम लोग लखनऊ पहुँच गए थे दोपहर में, रात तक पापा की कंडीशन भी बहुत ख़राब हो गई थी. बहुत हाई फीवर था, 103+, एंड थोड़ा पट्टी कर रहे हैं, दवाई भी दी है, बट wasn't really making much progress. It went down a little bit, but then next morning on 12th early morning we get a phone call telling us that Tauji is no more. So the dots connected. We kind of figured out it is corona, and although test results नहीं आए थे तब तक, but after recovering from the shock of Tauji, I started actually trying to make calls and figure out what to do next, how to get tested, and eventually we found out CM office call करना होता है, and you tell them your symptoms. In first time they told me no, corona के symptoms नहीं है, but I insisted, so they registered, but they were still not really willing to take the test. So an hour later, I get a phone call, and I get to know that Tauchi's test reports have come positive. So that's when I called the CM office again and told them about it. That's when they agreed to take a test. Actually, in the back end, I think both the CM officers from Aligarh and Lucknow, they contacted each other, verified the information, and they agreed to take a test. That evening, we got tested. So this is 12th evening, and then 13th evening, later in the night, we got the results, and we were told that we were positive. Um, Next day on 14th, we were moved to isolation wards at KGMU in Lucknow. Um, we've been getting so many calls, and उस duration में I got calls from police, from CMO office, from multiple ministries, health departments, I don't know who all, many people, and of course relatives and friends for calling, and thanks for all your wishes and concerns. Um, since the time we started suspecting that we could be corona positive, and this was definitely while we were coming back to Lucknow, we made sure that we do not get in contact with anybody else. As soon as we got home, we locked ourselves in. Even when we had to call for some medicines, we called up dad's colleague. He dropped it at the door and we took it in. So that was definitely one thing that we made sure of, that doesn't really spread out. So yeah, so all this has happened, and then since we got admitted here, dad's condition didn't really get any better. It actually got really bad. Every night his temperature was going up to 103. He was super low on energy, really couldn't move. His cough started getting really bad, and for 3-4 days it was really bad. He was moved to the ICU ward. They started testing him more, and then putting him under observation. The last 2 days condition has improved a little bit. His fever is starting to go down, and actually 12 दिन उनका fever उतरा नहीं था. For 12 days he was constantly under fever, and his temperature was always high, so that had drained him of all his energy, and it was really painful to see him. Just, he's kind of a person who still does all his work at the age of 60, cuts fruits for me even when I'm back home, for a couple of days, once in a while. So he's that kind of person, and right now I see him not being able to do anything at all. Like if he turns in the bed, phone call पे बात करने में, just to go to the washroom and come back, he gets exhausted. He's just lying on the bed all the time. So it is painful sight to see. And then at least कल से थोड़ा उनका बुखार उतरना शुरू हुआ है, तो वी गॉट अ स्लाइट ब्रीथर कि हाँ शायद अब टिपिंग पास द टिपिंग पॉइंट, एंड शायद अब कंडीशन बेटर होना शुरू होगी. सो लेट्स होप फॉर द बेस्ट. आई नो all of you are concerned, and I keep getting a lot of phone calls. Thanks guys. Don't call all the time though, please just message, I'll reply. मैं भी थक गया हूँ calls करते करते. But yeah, thanks for all your prayers and wishes. I know you guys are with us. Thank you. एक request है, please all of you guys, just take care of yourself. This is really real. This is like as real as it can get. It's not something that we can ignore. That's not something that we just see on the TV. We thought that way. I think it really hit us when it actually hit us. So yeah, I mean, just take care, especially people who are not healthy. They have pre-existing conditions, because this happened with Tauji. Tauji had a lot of pre-existing conditions, and that made his body weak. He couldn't just take it when it hit him. Similarly with that, he's relatively healthier, but then his diabetes, hypertension, and that those conditions, although they're in control, but still it's making it really difficult for him to recover. So please, if anybody in your house is old or ailing, please special care is required. Don't let them go out. You also don't go out much until it's really required, and whenever you do, just take just be highly precautious, and what all needs to be done: the mask, the hand washing, the clean clothes and shoes, and social distancing. Everybody knows that. Just please follow it. It will work if you just maintain, because I've been talking to the doctors here, and they also tell me that 80% people are asymptomatic or have very mild symptoms. So you won't even realize that you have it, and you gonna realize it until you gave it to somebody who's very vulnerable, and they will suffer. So if you're going out, guys, young kids, if you're playing with your neighborhood friends and people, if you're just chilling, please don't, like, because it's gonna pass on to like four or five people until it hits someone, and then you won't be able to even contact trace, and you'll be like, कैसे हो गया, किससे आया, मतलब हमारी जान पहचान में किसी को तो नहीं हुआ, like we haven't come in contact, because नहीं है, young people, you're not gonna, I wouldn't have realized it. मेरे को बस 2 दिन थोड़ा सा फीवर था, and that's all. Like if all this wouldn't have happened in the family, I wouldn't have realized it that I have coronavirus. I would have been just be like other people, just walking around. Probably not walking around, but a lot of people are just going around doing their regular business as everything's normal. So no, like a lot of you are walking out there and you are asymptomatic, you don't know about it. It's not gonna hurt you, but it's gonna hurt somebody who's not as healthy as you are. So please take care, guys. Please. Yeah, that's my appeal to you guys. And thanks, yeah, thanks for all your wishes. Keep continuing the prayers, I guess. Thank you. Stay safe. Stay home.